Minister Anthony Albanese proposing sweeping hate speech laws. Parliament will be recalled to Canberra on Monday to debate a new bill, the Combating Anti-Semitism, Hate and Extremism Bill 2026. It's a big bill, there's a lot in it, as you can see by the printed version of the exposure draft and the explanatory memorandum. There's a lot to consider and very little time in which to do so.
Now, I'm going to surprise a lot of people, and especially for my dedicated hate followers, shout out to you, in agreeing with Andrew Hastie here. Well, at least on one point.
For a bill of this size, we would normally take a few months to consider it. It would go into a committee process and the public would have an opportunity to make submissions. There would be public hearings. MPs and senators would debate it and they would consider fully the unintended consequences of this bill. Instead, the Prime Minister has reduced that process to a couple of days. And I think that shows the arrogance of this Labor government.
And that's where I'd have to agree with him, because rushing laws through Parliament is not great. But Mr. Hastie, sir, speaking directly to you, because obviously you're watching this video, and thanks for the likes, comments, shares and following of my page. But would you then have to agree that this...
We are calling on the Prime Minister once more to recall the Parliament before Christmas to implement the necessary laws to give what we have announced today legal effect.
Was simply political grandstanding. And it's interesting because I made a video at the time where I said this.
If you're going to pass laws that are going to potentially brand people as terrorists, have them arrested, thrown in jail, kicked out of the country, you'd want to make sure that they're pretty tight legally, right?
And in response to that, I got people trying to claim that I'm on Albo's payroll. But of course, when Hastie says this...
For a bill of this size, we would normally take a few months to consider it.
Then in his comment section, they're calling for him to be the PM and the leader of the Liberals. And there were people in my comment section, a lot of them that absolutely nailed it. Like here, were saying that Labor, if they did rush through that legislation, she would be back in front of the media complaining about the consequences. And here we are. And let me be fair here yet again, because Albo did say this.
These are quite complex. We want to make sure that we get it right. He did not say when these changes could be implemented and said that he was open to recalling Parliament, but he first had to work on the proposals to make sure they stack up in any legal challenge.
And now, in response to pressure from the media and the opposition to put something forward, he's put legislation forward and they're now complaining that it's going to be rushed through Parliament, with even Andrew Hastie saying this.
Moreover, there is a Royal Commission now which will make a sweeping examination of the December 14 Bondi Beach terror attacks. And wouldn't it be wise if we waited for the Royal Commission to report its findings and then act prudently as a Parliament so that we make the best possible changes if they are needed?
So now the party that was saying
Should be no delay. The time for words is past and the time for action is now.
Now claiming that we should wait for the Royal Commission. Do you guys talk to each other at all?